Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play. And Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you on Thursday. We broke freezing yesterday, which was nice.
It was nice. The sun was amazing. I felt like the ice that was on our driveway is gone. These are all steps in the right direction. Steps in the right direction before it gets very, very cold again. So you can check out Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer after this, but we're going to start with some news. Here is a look. There have been lots of cold days and snow days, as you know, this week and last. Primarily the temperatures keeping students home from school and some ice in places. Missouri State University students better not get used to it. Apparently, there are no more snow days for them. School leaders say from now on, even if the weather is bad, the classes will move online. So maybe they won't be meeting in person, but class is still a go, at least online, since some of the classes at the university level only meet once or twice a week. They want to ensure that classes stay on track academically.
I'm glad we didn't have online when I was in college.
Me too. I know, me too.
Although I don't remember many snow days in college. Well,
you were in Las Vegas.
For 2 years, I was in Las Vegas. Yes. But for the first 2 years, I was back at McKendree in Illinois.
Well, we did get some snow at OSU, but they didn't ever really cancel classes because the vast majority of the student population lives on campus at that particular college.
Trudge across campus through the snow.
You figure it out. Oh. All right, now to this. All the cold weather causing some headaches for homeowners and some businesses as well, including the Springfield-Greene County Library System. They've been dealing with a water pump and furnace issue. With that, the Schweitzer Brentwood branch is closed for now, and the Park Central branch was closed for issues like that, but it has since reopened. But you might want to check with your location specifically before you head that way.
All right. And if you drive Interstate 44 from time to time, you may want to weigh in on what's next for the interstate near Stratford. The Ozark Transportation Organization is asking for public input on a project to repave part of the highway near Stratford. You can weigh in between now and Tuesday, January 23rd, which is somehow right around the corner. The 23rd of January is right around the corner.
It's wild, I know. And that repaving project was a little over budget, so I don't know if it's like changing or switching. But yes, they are seeking, what the public's priorities would be. So I think that's exciting because there's a decent amount of people who travel that stretch regularly.
Just repave it for as long as they can until they run out of money and stop. See what happens. If you hop aboard a plane, this is maybe of interest. It is of interest to all of us who get on planes. The Federal Aviation Administration is once again investigating Boeing and now expanding that investigation. That after, of course, the Boeing plane lost a door mid-flight a couple of weeks ago, which was a little unsettling for the customers on board that aircraft. Investigators are focused on the Spirit Aerosystems, which makes the Boeing 737 MAX 9's fuselage. For now, all of the planes are grounded. So it's a lot of planes.
Yeah, 171 actually. Yeah. But who's counting? 171. I bet you start looking at the seat back in front of you, like the little pocket folder card, to figure out what kind of plane you're on.
Well, regardless, I'm going to keep my seatbelt on. I know that because sometimes if I get up to go to the bathroom or stretch like I do from time to time on a longer flight, I will sit back down and I just want to, but I won't put my seatbelt back on unless we're landing or they say it's turbulence. But had somebody done that on that flight, they wouldn't be here right now. Yeah. Right? It tried to suck that teenager out.
Yep.
Can't imagine.
Me neither. Okay, Hertz Donuts has closed its store on Republic Road and is now only working out of its main location on Sunshine at the intersection of National. All of the employees from the Republic shop have moved to the Sunshine one. Hertz Donuts opened a store in Cincinnati recently, and they are planning to open about 3 more this year. There are 20 nationwide locations for Hertz Donuts.
They got great owners. Tim and Cass Clegg. They're such generous people. They started that Vend the Gift of Hope this over Christmas, where they had a vending machine at the mall where you could donate to charity through that. One of the charities was Convoy of Hope. They're just very, very generous, and it's neat to see the Hertz brand taking off across the country.
I like Tim, and he's an OU fan. Haha, how about that?
Yeah, so it's shocking that you like him.
I was like, you're so amazing, though. Anyway, I don't think he appreciated the comment, but
how can you be an Oklahoma Sooner fan? Because you're an Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Exactly, but he was so nice. I didn't know what else to do other than like him.
He is likable. A local pizza place that was named Best Pizza in the state of Missouri back in 2010 could be expanding to other local cities. The original location of Reed Spring Pizza Company is downtown Reed Spring. Makes sense.
We've been there. Do you remember this?
I do. I do remember that. We'll talk about that in a second. The owners just sold that location to new owners that will keep the restaurant, the pizza shop, going right there in the same location. But the owners of the overall name kept the rights to the name of the restaurant and the recipes, so they can go replicate it elsewhere. Those owners want to expand the brand and open in other locations, but no specifics have been given out about where and when. Okay. But we ended up going there. We made a special trip there because you at KY3 had done a story on the best pizza in the state of Missouri being in Reed Spring, right?
And in Arkansas. Do you remember where we went in Arkansas?
Arkansas. No.
The owners of Nema's are going to be very disappointed.
Oh, yes.
Come on. In Gassville.
I remember that.
We went to Gassville, Arkansas to eat at Nema's. They won a huge national award.
That was a national one, yeah.
It was a big one because it was like held in Las Vegas. And
like the World Series of Pizza or something like that. Yeah.
And so
for 1 year.
We went on a date there, and then we went down to Reed Spring and ate at this place.
Yeah. We like pizza.
I think it was before we had children, probably. These are the sorts of things that we did.
Yeah.
And now we go to soccer games and swim meets.
Right. And we eat nachos from the concession stand.
What? It's a good time. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I'm just letting you know that's what we do.
That is what we do. Yes. Although I think we might go on a family date after Griffin's futsal games Friday night.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I think
Mexican?
It sounds glorious. Of course.
Mexican?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Need you say more.
Carry on.
Well, here's a restaurant date idea. Chick-fil-A is opening today. Today's the day. The newest Chick-fil-A is opening in North Springfield. It is on Flintstone and Kearney. Yes, It opens at 6 a.m. So if you're already up and at 'em, go have yourself some Chick-fil-A breakfast.
Spicy chicken biscuit. Which
I believe that the line will be long.
Well, yeah, because don't they give out, they do like a year's supply of Chick-fil-A for the first certain number of people in line. At least they used to. I'm assuming they still do.
Speaking of that, I have not seen a press release about said store. I saw the sign with the opening date. So I know that it's tomorrow, but the press release typically gives those types of details, and I don't know.
I saw one of the social media posts. I think it was Facebook, but it was about that new store opening, and they had some swag that they were giving away. It didn't look like it was all the chicken you can eat for a year, but they were giving away
swag. I want chicken.
They were giving away cups, and they were giving away stuff like that. Cow stuffed animals for people who shared and liked the post, I think, and who added somebody else's name to it, tagged other people in it.
Well,
but I don't know about the normal thing that they used to do. At least I remember when the one in Branson opened. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
And people were camped out for days.
Yeah.
To get that free chicken.
Yeah, I mean they're good. Their food is good, but their marketing person is a genius. It worked. Kudos. All right. Finally, it is cold outside, but apparently not too cold to go bird watching. That's actually fun. Have you been? It's fun. bird watching. You can learn all you want to learn this weekend about eagles and other migratory birds at the Lake Springfield Boathouse. So all the ones that are flying around Lake Springfield, go out, take your binoculars. Also, you can borrow binoculars if you don't have any. But it's all happening at the Boathouse this Saturday from 10 to 4 and Sunday from 12:30 to 4:30. You don't have to be there that whole time. Just go for as long as you want to go. But 10 to 4 on Saturday, 12:30 to 4:30 Sunday.
And obviously you can watch birds any other times but those, but that's when they have special programs, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can learn people from actual people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
We watched some birds when we were in Alaska. We had lots of bald eagles around. Remember that?
Yeah.
We were out on the water in our
it was amazing.
kayaks.
Honestly, so let me tell you, do we have time? Well, yeah, we do, because guess what? If you are not interested in this next story, feel free to turn it off. That's the news of the day, but this is the coolest story, so you might want to stay tuned. I have been on a number of African safaris, and there is a particular bird called the go-away bird. You can look this up online and see what it looks like, because I can't describe it to you, but it's called the go-away bird. And when you're driving with your safari guide on a narrow road that's sort of hard to turn around on in the Serengeti, if they see this bird, the guide will stop on a dime and flip around and go the other direction, which again is not an easy feat. But the go-away bird is a warning bird. And so if the bird sees people coming into the path of like a hippo or a rhinoceros or a cheetah or a lion, most frequently a lion, it goes like this: go away, go away, go away.
It does not say that.
It does too. Listen to it
says
online.
Go away.
It's not saying go away, but it's like go away, go away. Like that's what it sounds like. It's amazing.
So wait a minute. It's warning humans.
Well, I mean, it's warning potential dinner, such as a human, maybe they warn the animals too. I'm sure
that warning
the animals too.
It's not warning the hippo that, hey, there's a Jeep coming. It's warning the Jeep of the hippo in the upcoming path.
Yeah. Or the elephant or whatever. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's called the go-away bird. Now, I need everybody to Google it because Ethan doesn't think it sounds like that. And that's exactly what it sounds like.
Go away. Go away. That's what the bird sounds like?
You have a little too many syllables. It's more like go away, go away,
go away, go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah. It's actually very interesting how there's like a built-in warning system.
What's it called in Swahili?
Go away. I don't remember. If you wouldn't put me on the spot, you could ask our teenager. She would be able to tell you.
That's funny.
Here we go. Well, wait, hold on. We're already late as it is. So just wait a second.
Yeah, people got nothing to do. They're driving to work.
Hold on.
What else are they going to do? Listen to music? No, we got time for you to look things up online. No, that's no problem.
On. Everybody be quiet.
I'll just go away. Okay.
It's amazing. Well, it's amazing. It's a built-in warning system right there in the African, like
bush,
Serengeti bush. Yeah. I was going to say jungle, but that's really more Ecuador. So anyway.
So if it doesn't say anything, you're good to go. But if it says go away, you should turn it around.
Yes. If there is a predator in your path, you can bank on it.
Does it do that for other animals? Like, let's say there's a
gazelle. I haven't interviewed the lions to know.
Gazelle. No, if there's a gazelle.
Get the warning too, but the humans get the warning.
No, the lion is what they're warning about. Let's say there's a gazelle talking with another gazelle friend. They're strolling down the lane.
Yeah.
And there are some lions lying in wait.
Okay.
Is the go-away bird going to tell the gazelles? Go away. Okay. It does. Apparently it does.
It's
all right. Well, we all enjoyed this lesson.
Nature episode with Sarah. You're
on
welcome.
Ecology.
You're welcome. Go to the Lake Springfield Boathouse and learn from the real experts.
No, what you ought to do is you ought to go to the Springfield Boathouse, and then while the experts are telling you about eagles, you should tell them about the go-away bird and inform them about something.
They probably know. I guess. I don't know. I mean, African birds are very different, so maybe not, but okay.
Right, they say go away.
All right, everybody wrap it up.
We're going to go away. We're going to go away. It's time.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to January 18th. We are waking up with cold temperatures below the freezing point, side streets, untreated areas. You may have had a bit of refreezing from any of that leftover winter weather that was still out from the other night. But for the most part, we are seeing improvement today thanks to our temperature yesterday finally making its way above the freezing point here in Springfield. Wow. It's been cold for several days, and now we are talking about some relief on the way. Numbers today also above freezing. It'll be a balmy 38 degrees. It's going to be cold still, but above freezing is good news. It's going to melt off some of that snowfall that's still lingering around in some of the shadows, just in time for the next couple rounds of winter weather that are now in my forecast. Now, not a lot, but I have a few things to detail for you here. If you look at the statewide radar this morning, there's actually a little bit of snowfall activity happening up in the northeastern portion of the state. Northern counties in Missouri, we could get in on this morning, so don't be shocked if you see some snowflakes up near the Rolla region. This is not going to be widespread. It's not going to accumulate a whole lot, but with cold temperatures, it could create some slick spots, and that's primarily going to be in northeastern Missouri and closer to the St. Louis area. As we look at snowfall chances later this evening and tonight, I think that will be more widespread for central Missouri, and more of us in the Ozarks could see some of that snowfall. Before it gets here, though, temperatures will be above freezing, so we're going to warm it up a little bit today. What we have is an area of low pressure and a frontal boundary moving in once again. It's going to bring another shot of really cold air into the Ozarks. It opens the door to our next push of Arctic air, which will be with us through the entire weekend. And light snow will once again be possible in central Missouri. That happens late tonight. I think this is primarily along the I-70 corridor, where more than likely it's about a half inch that falls tonight. It's not going to be this some big amount. But as we learned with our last round of snowfall, pretty much everything that's falling is going to stick because of the cold temperatures that will be in place. I don't have a whole lot for the Ozarks, but along and north of Highway 60, you could see some snowfall late this evening and overnight tonight. The better chance of watching it accumulate will actually be up near the St. Louis area, where closer to an inch of snowfall is possible. This is going to come to an end early tomorrow morning, but it's going to be replaced with some bitter cold. Pushes in again very late tonight, lasts through Friday and through Saturday, and then we start to warm it up again a bit more by Sunday. Speaking of the weekend, it's primarily going to be dry and cold. Our next storm system, though, is going to be moving in late Sunday night into early Monday. And I have to at least mention the chance that this starts as a bit of freezing rain. Models are picking up on this for late Sunday night into early Monday, and then transferring all of this just over to rainfall as temperatures warm up. This is the next thing to watch in the forecast, because I know you say the words freezing rain in the Ozarks and everybody's ears perk up. You listen, because you know any little amount, even trace amounts of freezing rain can cause big problems on the roadways. I think initially this will stick, so we might have some problems on Monday morning, but then temperatures warm up and we see this transfer over to rain, which should melt off some of the freezing rain that may fall initially. So it's too early to try and pinpoint down exactly where this is going to be possible. Just know this is the critical information. It's going to be very important to look at your temperature Sunday night into Monday morning. If you are below 32 degrees, you can have some freezing rain. If you're above it, just a very cold rain in the Ozarks to start next week. Overall, the trend for next week, you're going to love it. We're talking about temperatures that are way above average. We will end the month on a very warm note here in the Midwest. And we also have a high signal that we could see some above average precipitation as well. So today, the forecast 38 degrees for the Springfield region, partial sunshine in the forecast today. Of course, northern Missouri seeing those snowflakes and snow flurries. And then we see temperatures really drop off again. We barely make it to 20 degrees on Friday for the high temperature. Once again, we've got wind chill values down in the low single digits, even negative numbers on Saturday morning. And then by Sunday, we start to see the clouds increase again, and temperatures could warm above freezing on Sunday too. That would be great because, of course, we want rainfall and not freezing rain, but I'll be watching that closely. Around the country, what's making headlines? Snow for portions of the Midwest through the Mid-Atlantic. That's today through tomorrow. We also have another blast of Arctic air that arrives not just for us in the Ozarks, but for much of the country as we head into late this work week. And then heavy mountain snows are happening. That's out in the Northwest and the Rockies. I've already told you about some of the heavy snow happening out west and the bitter cold that's been hanging on. That looks to continue as we head into this next weekend in January. Here's a look at the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question for the day. This is what I left you with yesterday. If you could drive straight upward at 60 miles an hour, how long do you think would it take you to get to space? Do you think it is 1 hour, 5 hours, 1 day, or 5 days? Those were the options that I gave you yesterday. There were some incorrect guesses on this one. It's kind of baffling to think about, but would you believe the answer is just 1 hour? If you could take your vehicle and drive straight up, which of course you can't, but if you did that at 60 miles an hour, a normal highway pace, you could get there in about an hour. By general accord, outer space begins at around 100 kilometers, which equates to 62 miles straight up from the Earth's surface. So if you're driving about 60 miles an hour, you're pretty much there. You'd reach outer space in roughly an hour, which is pretty crazy. People don't really think about it being that close. And of course, the atmosphere is a fluid or it's a gas. So we expand it and contract it. So it's not always exactly about a mile up, but that's where all weather happens. So that's the territory that we are interested in here at the surface and at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. All right, here's the question for tomorrow. Congrats, by the way, if you got that one right. Kind of a trick question. Here's the next one. Which of these soft drinks has the least amount of caffeine? Do you think it is A, Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, B, Coca-Cola with coffee, C, Pepsi Zero Sugar, or D, regular Mountain Dew? Which of these soft drinks has the least amount of caffeine? Let me know your guess. You can do that aroundtheozarks.com. What you could win is a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee, which has all the caffeine that you need. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I sure appreciate it. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy those temperatures getting above the freezing point again today. High temp, only 38 though, so make sure you still have the winter gear with you. And I will be back to chat with you again early tomorrow morning.